Hey, so this is gonna be basically the summary of my adventure so far with a group of people that I work with for a game called Pathfinder, which is basically D&D but just different rules. But anyways, it starts off. My name is Valen. I'm a caligni. Basically, we're humanoids that live underground, and we can take in some light to kind of gain some nutrients and kind of like, I don't know, live off of, but it's not sufficient. So we also eat like raw meat and things like that. Growing up, I thought I was normal. All of a sudden, I found out people heard the Obes was killing people. People who looked like our ancestors before the Obes took control. Before the Obes made us look different due to spellcraft. So they hunt down anyone like me. My parents, my mom, my dad, my little brother, they helped me escape. As I escaped the city, I ran, knowing they were after me. While my family stayed behind, I just kept wandering around, trying to look for a safe place. I ended up coming across these mushroom people that I spent some time with. Not long after, they helped me escape more. They helped me escape farther. So far, I reached the surface. I ended up meeting another group of adventurers. They was telling me about the surface and about how they was coming down into the cave to explore and gather some resources and kind of do a little training. As I went up above ground with them, I traveled with them for 2 days. On our third day of traveling, something bad happened. They all were killed. The last one alive, while I saw them in the clutches of an ogre, they just yelled at me, "Run." I ran for my life. Not knowing where to go, but just running. I didn't know the surface. I only knew the Underdark. As I ran amongst greenery and tall wooden trees, I ended up coming across what looked like a mausoleum. As I looked around, I ended up finding something. A little amulet with a comet. A voice spoke to me. "Hello. I'm the Grave Mother." And as we conversed, they was telling me all about themselves, telling me about what they do, about where they stand in life. And as I listened, I'm like, I'm all alone, so I'm gonna choose to follow you. And I ended up traveling for a few more days while I ended up coming across an encampment of goblins. As I was skirting around them, I was ambushed by more. Apparently a hunting pack that was coming back. They captured me and took my gear off. They took my weapons and they put them all in a chest. They put me over a fire, or they was making a fire, and they put me above it on a spit. They was turning me while they was trying to get it to go. and all of a sudden voices happened. There was a tall, furry creature that I had no idea what it was. And there was something that was like a deep gnome, or some type of dwarf, like a dark dwarf. I know I've run across them before, but I get them mixed up with another one that looks very similar. As they approached, they were just talking in the goblin's language. And I'm just sitting there calling for help. Rescue me. One of them got closer to me and was talking in like the Underdark language. And as they did, they was just telling me, hey, you're gonna be okay, we're gonna rescue you. I'm glad I'm safe. Or at least I thought I would be. But eventually a fight broke out. The big furry female picked me up and ran off with me, as the little one, the deep dwarf or whatever, was trying to look through a chest that he found. And then he only grabbed my weapon. And so we ran. As we did, I got injured very badly. I was on the brink of death, gasping. I had a broken arm. My lung felt like it was filling up with blood. We ended up escaping the goblins and a leader. We made camp. And as we did, I talked to others that was in the party, saying they was part of a group called the Seven Sons. Apparently it's a group that is expanding, because our mission was to go to another location and make a fort, like make a new civilization, like a new city. And as we done that, like as we're traveling, we end up coming across two paths where we could go through a cave or go through the woods. The caves would have had 2 days, but it's safer, while the woods will be quicker but more deadly. We decide on extending our trip and going through the caves, and as we do, it's dark. Only me and the dark gnome can really, or the dwarf can really see. And as we're navigating our way through, we end up hearing skittering. And as we hear what sounds like thousands of legs, we see a centipede around the corner. It's battling something. All of a sudden we hear a roar, and we see a giant sword cleave into the centipede and kill it. Centipede falls. I step back and we all discuss on what to do. We end up deciding on sending me out because I'm one of the sneakiest. I'm one of the ones who are more stealthy. I step around the corner to look and see, and it's a mushroom man. I go back to the party and tell him, and we decide on discussing with him. As we do, we find out that he's someone he's just training, which he's been training here for a few weeks now. And he knows the routes of the cave. He knows those 2 exits in the way we need to go. One is a little claustrophobic, so a lot of the bigger people in our party will have an issue going through. But there's another one that's a little farther away. So since he knows, we ended up persuading him to travel with us in exchange for potions, and I would also give him healing on our trip through, and told him he still will be able to train. And so he agreed to it. So we end up setting off into the dark, or farther into the cave. And that's where we made it to. So me, Valen, caligni, finally made it to the surface. Found a party that I think I can actually stick with. But the issue is, how long? Will they be like the others? Will they perish? Will they survive and we make it out and we actually start something new? What is the Seven Sons? Well, thank y'all. I hope y'all enjoy it, and I'm gonna post an update in the future. For every single session we have, I'll try to make a new update and a new video so y'all can listen and keep up with it. If y'all enjoyed, leave a like. Till then, thank y'all. I'll see y'all next time.